All right. As far as the injuries go, really, it was just Chew. Godric had ankle sprain. So other than that, there were no other injuries. Good to get a preseason game under our belt, being able to play against somebody else. There were some good things. There were some things we got to clean up. Obviously, the penalties would be the number one thing that need cleaned up. But we're able to get a good look at some of our young guys, and I thought there was some real production there on both sides of the ball from the young guys. So with that, time's yours.
Andy, speaking of a couple of young guys, Cyrus, I know in particular, like obviously fought off that injury, but it looks like he has a feel for it. And that one catch late in the first half.
Yeah, so he's been doing well in camp before he got hurt, and then when he's come back here for the couple days that he was back. So it looked like he picked right up from there, and I thought he did a nice job for the most part there on catching the football and route running. He's got some quickness to him, so look forward to getting him fully healthy and ready to go. So.
And his ability to get himself open, does that stand out to you? It seemed like a couple times even with the connection.
Yeah, he's got a good feel. And he's got good quickness. He knows how to set routes up, which is sometimes it takes a while for young guys to learn that, but he's got a good feel for that. Yeah, I thought they did a good job. We didn't have any cramps or any of that, so that was positive. Went through a lot of liquids, but we started, with the camp that we've been in. We've been starting every day with making sure they were hydrated, and we just continued it into the game. So I think the hard work that the guys have done had paid off for them as far as their stamina during the game. Yeah, I think he named it. I mean, all the above. He did a nice job with it and ran hard and aggressive. Had some yards after contact there, which is a big thing. So he was one of the positives coming out of this. I thought he did a nice job.
Andy, just two other things. One, just with Emmett, does his vision stand out to you? I think early on.
Yeah, he's got a good feel. He sees, yes, I would tell you that. He's patient, and then when he hits it hard. He's got a toughness to him there, so I know the offensive linemen appreciate that.
And the other thing is just Les Meyer. It seemed like he looked in command and pretty smooth there. How did you feel about his?
Yeah, again, another one of the young guys I thought did some nice things. There are a couple things he's got to work on, but I would have expected that coming out. But I thought for his first time out there rolling, thought he handled it well, made some nice throws. The crowd was unbelievable tonight. It was a great welcome for the Rams. Sean does a heck of a job with that football team. They've had a lot of injuries, so he's battling through all of that. But it was a good opponent. I was proud of our guys for the job that they did. Definitely not taking it lightly, coming out and playing good aggressive football on both sides of the ball. And then I better not select the American Heritage game to we should welcome that. So anyways, but it was a great night to have that and coming out with a nice victory. So got to do a little better in the red zone. That's a place we're normally pretty good, but we're off just a tick tonight. We'll go back to the drawing board on that and make sure we take care of that. It was good to get Allegretti in there playing. I thought he did a nice job, as did the offensive line. Pat had another big night, and with 300 plus yards. We kind of take those for granted, but not easy to do. Defensively, I thought we just played a heck of a football. did a good job. You know, we didn't get the ball enough in the first half, and that's my responsibility to do that. But in the second half, we should have started off nice with some big plays for us.
We're going to talk to Nick Bolton here. He was in on it. What in particular is he doing so well?
You know, his instincts, I respect his mentioned that too, but his instincts, his ability to tackle in tight areas, and then also in the field, I think, is big. He'll tell you that it helps him have a good defensive line too. So, but he's having definitely an all-pro type season. He's a heck of a football player. That's a tough ask. It's going to be defense in the national football that can't stand. Make sure that we get in the end zone, we have full trust in our defense, and that our special teams will take care of business. So that's we try to do the best job we possibly can to get in the end zone. And I want to sit there and keep the football. Do that for sure.
Andy Reid stood quietly outside the media room, his familiar red polo wrinkled after a chaotic night on the field. Minutes earlier, he had completed the routine post-game press conference, answering questions about execution, penalties, and the difficult road ahead. But behind the scenes, Reid had just shared a far more serious conversation with Travis Kelce, one that carried consequences for the Chiefs' plans. 20 minutes earlier, Kelce had been sitting on a training table inside a quiet corridor near the medical area. An ice pack was secured around his right ankle and lower leg. The injury had occurred during the third quarter when a Rams defender drove into a crowded pile and Kelce's foot became planted at an awkward angle. Kelce immediately knew something was wrong. He stayed on the field for 2 more possessions, catching a short pass and throwing himself into a block, but the pain eventually became too much. The trainers pulled him from the game. Preliminary MRI results from the team's mobile medical unit offered an uncomfortable answer: a high ankle sprain with additional soft tissue irritation. It was not considered season-ending or career-threatening, but it was serious enough to require patience and careful treatment over the coming weeks. Reid entered the room without his usual energy. He closed the door and looked at Kelce for several seconds. Travis attempted a smile. This time, however, the smile faded almost immediately. "Coach," Kelce asked softly, "how bad is it?" Reid pulled a folding chair closer and sat down. For a coach known for his enormous personality, he suddenly seemed unusually subdued. "It's a high ankle," Reid finally said. "They believe the ligaments are stretched, and there's some deeper bruising we don't like." Kelce listened without interrupting. His expression remained serious as he absorbed every word, and the pressure was obvious throughout the room. "You're going to miss some time," Reid continued. "But this isn't the end of anything. We're going to be smart. We're not bringing you back just because there's a game on the calendar. If your ankle isn't ready, you're not ready." Kelce nodded, his jaw tightening. He had built a reputation for playing through pain. Broken ribs, bruises, swelling, and countless other injuries had rarely kept him away when Kansas City needed him, but this injury carried a different feeling. There was disappointment, uncertainty, and the realization that patience might be more valuable than toughness. It was August, not January. The season was still ahead, and the Chiefs' ultimate goal remained months away. There was no reason to gamble with a long season for the sake of one early game. Still, football players rarely think that way in the moment. They want to compete, and Kelce was no exception. Reid leaned forward, resting his elbows on his knees. His voice became even softer. "Trav, we've got time," he said. "Let's use it. We'll get you healthy, and when you're ready, you'll be back." For perhaps the first time that night, Kelce appeared to let the words sink in. The disappointment was obvious, but so was the understanding. This was no longer about proving toughness. It was about protecting the bigger picture. Outside the room, cameras waited for another headline. Inside, Reid and Kelce were focused on something much more important, making sure the veteran star could return when his body was truly ready.